Hey everyone, Belinda's here. Today's topic is 6 best new horror movies to watch in July 2023. Last year's scary movies will be tough to beat, from the new Scream to Terrifier 2 and The Black Phone. There were plenty of thrills and chills to be had. But horror fans can rest easy in knowing that 2023 will be another hauntingly good year for the genre. From dark takes on classic children's stories to reboots of hit horror from the 20s, this year will have you peeking out from under the covers for months to come. For die-hard horror fanatics, scary movies aren't just for October, which is why we compiled a list of highly anticipated scary movies premiering in theaters or even streaming platforms this July. Keep checking back here regularly, as we'll be updating it in real time when new movies are announced and trailers drop on YouTube. Insidious: The Red Door. Released in July 7th, 2023 in theaters. The Insidious franchise released its 5th and apparently final movie, Insidious: The Red Door, this summer. Set a decade after the events in Insidious Chapter 2, Josh Lambert takes his son Dalton to start college at a university out east. Their plans are ruined when their demons return to haunt them, and they must return to the Furthers to defeat them once and for all. With the exciting returns of Rose Byrne, Patrick Wilson, and Ty Simpkins after their absences in the 3rd and 4th installments. Wilson also making his directional debut and a script from rising screenwriter Scoot Teams. We just can't wait to look forward to a refreshingly horrifying take on the Insidious franchise. Bird Box Barcelona, released in July 14th, 2023 on Netflix. Bird Box Barcelona is a spin-off to Netflix's smash hit 2018 film, Bird Box, starring Sandra Bullock, sharing the same unseeable monsters that terminate any victim that makes eye contact with them. The film is set in the post-apocalyptic near future, with Sebastian and his daughter Sophia trying to survive the impossible. Written and directed by Pastor brothers Alex and David, this adaptation promises to reveal more about the monsters that terrified fans in the original Bird Box. No strangers to horror, the Pastor brothers teamed up in 2009 to make the American film Carriers, promising an internationally chilling hit. Cobweb. Released in July 21st, 2023 in theaters. In another feature film directional debut of Samuel Bowden that, known for directing several miniseries including Marianne and Tank, bring us Cobweb. This horror film set in American Town introduces a young boy named Peter who is plagued by incessant tapping sounds from the walls of his house. His parents, Mark and Carol, casually brush off the happenings as a figment of Peter's imagination. But someday, an intuitive teacher, Miss Divine, detects something more sinister. Produced by Seth Rogen's Point Grey Pictures production company, this film is inspired by the famous Edgar Allan Poe story, The Telltale Heart, which tells the story of a paranoid man driven to insanity by a constant noise coming from under the floorboards of his home. Now it's a child instead of a man. The film will receive a limited release in theaters, so fans will need to keep an eye out for whether or not the film will be playing on the big screen in their area. Talk to Me. Released in July 28th, 2023 in theaters. This hugely anticipated horror thriller that is directed by the sibling YouTubers Danny Filippo and Michael Filippo, also known as Raka Raka. It's already debuted at the 2023 Sundance Film Festival and in 2022 at the Adelaide Film Festival, garnering lots of attention and positive reactions from critics. Set to release in its home country Australia on July 27th, the US release comes just a day later. The story is about a group of friends who stumble upon a peculiar discovery, the ability to conjure spirits using an embalmed hand. The supernatural powers quickly overwhelm them when what started as a gimmick becomes a seriously deadly haunting. Haunted Mansion. Released in July 28th, 2023 in theaters. After years of being developed, Disney's retooling of the Haunted Mansion is finally almost here. Justin Simier directs the project and is delivering perhaps a more faithful version of the popular ride than the Haunted Mansion 2003 film starring Eddie Murphy. Also, not to mention the intimidatingly strong cast of stars, including Lakeith Stanfield as Ben, the paranormal tour guide. Tiffany Haddish as Harriet, the psychic. Owen Wilson as Ken, the priest. Danny DeVito as Bruce, the professor historian. Rosario Dawson as Gabby. Jamie Lee Curtis as Madame Leota. Lindsay Lamb as the bride ghost. Chase Dillon as Travis. And many more that had been announced but still a secret what are their roles like. Ryan Gosling, Jared Leto, and Winona Ryder. Nearly 2 decades after the ill-fated The Haunted Mansion starring Eddie Murphy 2003 film, this adaptation is the second rendition of the story behind the beloved Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. In this version, Gabby and Travis set out to rid the mansion of its evil spirits with the help of their highly skilled crew of paranormal experts. Although this rang the notes of a family comedy, expect plenty of exciting jumps and scares. Sympathy for the Devil. Released in July 28, 2023 in theaters. Finally, buckle in for the psychological thriller Sympathy for the Devil, starring the one and only Nicolas Cage, known for his Oscar award-winning role in Leaving Las Vegas, and a recent meme-worthy lead part in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Alongside Cage, Joel Kinnaman, who plays Colonel Rick Flag in The Suicide Squad, brings some seriously great acting, not to be mistaken for a couple of Rolling Stones. The mysterious plot of the movies feels like psychological terror in itself, as the anticipation for its release builds. The only information released about the plot is that a passenger, Nicolas Cage, holds another man, the driver, Joel Kinnaman, at gunpoint, forcing the driver to, you guessed it, drive the passenger around. But the audience may be subjected to unexpected twists and turns as the story continues. Look out for updates. Sympathy for the Devil when the Fantasia International Film Festival premieres this film. There are 6 best new horror movies to watch in July 2023. So which movies excite you? Don't miss the date. See you at the theater, guys. If there's any topic that you want me to discuss, please comment below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, turn notification on. See you on the next video.